in the audience today know what go-karting is? Okay, now the go-karting that I think that you guys are thinking of is the rental go-karting that you go and you might go with your friends and you go around the track and you go like 30 miles per hour. However, that is not the go-karting that I'm talking about today. The go-karting that I'm talking about today is national go-kart racing. I've been racing go-karts since I was 5 years old, and I took a little bit of break for a couple years in my life, but I'm back at it now. I'm not racing nationally yet, but I hope to race nationally again. Now, why this is important? The three major racing leagues in the world, Formula One, IndyCar, and NASCAR. A lot of these drivers, such as Charles Leclerc, Juan Pablo Montoya, Lando Norris, and many more have started out racing go-karts. So here's a picture of one of the national races, go-karting. That's a shifter kart. You can go like probably 100 miles per hour. And then there's a picture of me testing a kart out in Ohio. That's about a month ago. So what I'm sharing with you today is World of Racing magazine. This magazine will be featuring the three major racing leagues in the world, as well as go-karting. Some competitors are Autosport, which covers Formula One, and then Grassroots Motorsports covers NASCAR, and Motorsport covers Formula One and IndyCar. Now, the biggest competitor of me is Racer magazine, because it does cover Formula One, NASCAR, and IndyCar in smaller sections, but it covers many other racing topics as well, but it does not cover karting. So that will give me the advantage over my competitor. So launching this, why I'm launching this, is because there isn't a magazine out right now that does feature the three major racing leagues in the world, with the addition of this karting coverage of like the national races, such as what I want to do. Why I believe this will be successful is because this is covering a bigger audience than any other magazine, like I said, because it will be covering fans of all the major racing leagues, and any fans of karting, and the families of these athletes, and I'm sure they want to see themselves and get the recognition that they deserve. So what will feature? I want it to be a bi-weekly issue magazine that will feature the race weekends of each of these leagues, and also will be featuring the wherever the karters are nationally, say they're in Vegas or Brazil or Australia. We'll have the coverage from there, and we'll have interviews with people from each of these levels, and it'll be cool for the karters to be able to see themselves in a magazine for the first time. So the audience that we're targeting is all racing fans from around the world, pretty much, and like I said, the karters and their families and friends of these karters that they want to see themselves in these magazines. So for the funding after the 100,000, it's going to be a subscription magazine. Then I'm going to use personal equity if need be, and then obviously ads and any partners that will be with me along the process. So for the advertisements in the magazine, I want to use advertisers that are like directly related with these leagues, such as like Monster Energy sponsors NASCAR, so I think that would be a good ad to use, and the major manufacturers in both of karting and the racing world, such as Goodyear tires, Bridgestone tires, Pirelli tires, and in karting the major brands such as Burrell, Praga, Tony Kart, and Mojo tires. I want this to be an online publication. In a study in 2017, it said that online advertisements took up 41% of the advertising industry, and just simply because my audience is so big, with Formula One being an all over the world type of league, and with NASCAR and IndyCar only being in America and Canada, I believe that this will be the easiest way to reach my audience the quickest as well. So to ensure future success, I want to be sure to communicate with the audience and the customers and have a nice customer service and way for them to have any say their complaints and just voice their thoughts on any directions that we think we should be able to move the magazine towards. And just by simply following racing trends and keeping the magazine as up to date as possible. So what I've shared with you today is my magazine, World of Racing, and I hope that you learned a little bit from it and learned a little bit about go-kart racing. It's a very fun sport, and major racers in the world started out there. So thank you for listening to me today, and have a good day.